Hey everybody, if I've told you one time, I've told you 100 times now. Welcome to the Bullhucker Podcast, episode 100. I'm Moose Lundstrom.
Hey, I'm Kerry Kudrin.
And I'm Dency Kudrin.
And this is, we're here at the Sands Theater, the epic historic Sands Theater.
Yes.
It looks awesome in here. I love this.
It's a great theater. And I'm going to tell you, if you stick around after the podcast is done, we have a video with Patrick Heiss, with the owner. He's going to go kind of talk about all the upgrades they've done, what they've done to bring this thing back to watch movies again.
I love
That's cool.
that. They've done a lot.
Yeah, and Avatar was here the first weekend. That's a massive movie to get.
Yes.
He's had Puss in Boots in here, and have you seen the preview for Cocaine Bear?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, I think he's going to bring that. So he was showing
Oh
me.
my God.
And he giggled the whole time. He stared at me. It was weird, but, that's what's
There'll be a
come.
special concession stand later.
That's right. Why is this movie long? Why is this movie long? Because you can make it long. That's why, fucker.
We know why.
We're also being sponsored by Juan Aiello from Village Liquor.
Thanks, Juan.
Thank you, Juan. And the reason we're drinking during this podcast is because Dency Kudrin has been up my ass to drink during a podcast. So
Because I know it's fun.
You do know it's fun. So we're going to go do a couple of these, let's see, margaritas. We got the Loma Vista. We have the Cazadores, and Hornitos, right?
Yes.
So before we get started, we're just going to, and Kerry's drinking O'Doul's because he's going to make sure Dency gets home in one piece.
I'm driving.
That's your only...
And O'Doul's don't make you act a fools.
That is right.
O'Doul's don't make you the fools. There you go. Pour
All
yourself
right.
some, Dency.
We are going to give our expert opinions on these.
Right, and that's what Juan wanted.
And everybody in Fort Morgan will be talking about that.
Yeah, so Juan was like, you need to try it. Let me get a little more in there.
Okay.
Do you have enough?
That's good, O'Doul's.
Yeah.
Mine kind of good.
Oh, what do you have? I have about... Let me see. Yeah.
You got enough?
Ooh.
Okay, try it. You like?
Yeah. I like this one.
It's okay. 2 seltzery.
Is it?
I don't like. So this it's a lime, tequila blanco, and soda. So yeah, that's why it says seltzery.
See, you know why I like it?
Why?
Because sometimes I feel like margaritas have too much of the what is it that they put in them, and it gives me heartburn.
Triple sour.
Sour, sweet and sour.
Sugar.
Yeah, whatever
Or sour,
that.
not
Yeah.
sweet and sour.
So I like the seltzery kind of mixed with it because ain't got heartburn.
Right.
Okay.
And I don't. I don't like it. Ed Goff was drinking White Claws one day, and his wife's like, "They're so good, Larry. They're so good." I'm like, "Oh fuck, bust me off one." I was like, "Fuck you ever." This has been horrible to put in my mouth, you bastards. So,
It's like a new fashion Zen. What was that?
What is it?
Zima.
Zinfandel. Oh,
Zima.
Zinfandel.
Yeah.
quit fucking with the Zimas, you bastards. We left those in the 90s for a reason. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We're trying to bring them back. So
If you don't like seltzers, you won't like these.
So-
because you're right, but I do like this.
this is something you purchased, Loma Vista?
Yeah.
Tequila?
Yeah, I like the little club soda-y taste.
Right. So
Yeah.
before we get going, I do want to say, usually on the podcast, if you're used to the podcast, what we do is we bring on a guest usually,
Yeah.
right? And the guest tells 3 stories about their life. 2 of them are always true. One's either half made up, all the way made up, or a borrowed story. And then the host and I will have to try and guess which one's which, right?
Yeah.
Well, today it's a little different spin on it. Okay, we're not doing quite that. What we're doing today is we have 3 of us at the table. Now, 2 of us know what's going on. One of us is about to find out because I've lied this whole time. Okay?
To me?
Yes, of course.
You asshole.
What? Actually, this is a big part of your husband's idea. So, yes, get that down. We got Dency on there? Yes, we do. So, here's what we're doing this year. This comes out next week, right? And January 24th, I believe. Now, Kerry, that week there's something special in your house going on that week, right?
I've got 2 birthdays.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
What's the other one?
Elsie,
Elsie?
my daughter. And then this girl.
So, I guess to say the 100th episode of the Bullhucker podcast is the Dency Kudrin birthday episode.
Congratulations.
Oh my God, I'm so hot and sweaty. I'm so nervous.
And you're going to get all lit up for it.
Yeah. So, here's...
Pass that drink over. Okay. Oh God.
Well, slug that and we'll try another one. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, ready? Cheers.
Okay,
Happy birthday,
cheers.
Dency.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm so nervous.
I'm going to ask you a question, be honest with you. Did you have any clue we were doing this?
No.
Okay. All right.
No clue.
I
have no idea what is happening right now. I'm like so nervous, like people are gonna come walking out of the curtains, like this is your life. People I've done wrong.
Nobody is.
Oh my God.
We can't fit that many people in the fucking theater.
No kidding.
What? What is happening?
So I want to drink with you at the Hunter podcast. I want to do something special, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to ask. I didn't have to get someone big. And then this guy was like, "That's her birthday, and I don't have to buy her something now." That's what that is. So that's a good idea. So. I'm sorry. Anyway, we are also joined by Matt Gordon.
Matt, the famous Matt.
You know what we're doing, Matthew?
No.
Okay.
Hey, how are you?
I didn't know this was going on here, so I'm sorry for interrupting. This is 100th?
This is the 100th episode.
Of course I crashed the 100th! All right, sorry, guys.
That's
You're
Matt
good.
Gordon. So what we've done is we've it's hard. So being the guest, it's tough because you don't have any stories. You didn't bring any, right?
No.
Because you didn't know you're supposed to, right? I want to tell you in a second. You done that?
Oh, God. I literally, and my armpits are so sweaty.
You should be. You should be nervous as fuck. I would be. Anyway, what do you want to try next? Cazadores or Hornitos?
Cazadores.
You can even roll the R's.
Yeah.
Cazadores. It's part of my brownness, you know.
Am I like Rick from my 40th? I'm
Yes.
just going to get so fried right now.
No, you're not. So you don't have any stories. She doesn't have any stories, Carrie.
No.
So what are we gonna do, Carrie?
Well, we're going to have to make something up, I
guess
guess.
we're gonna make something up.
What
So-
could we come up with?
Well, here's what we did, Dancia.
Happening.
Did your husband? Wait, did you like this? Have you
I
tried
haven't
it?
even tasted it.
This-
Everything's going to taste so good right now.
This is what I like the most. I like this one way better.
When it hits your lips.
So good.
So good. Well, fuck yeah, it's good.
So my
Yeah.
friend Mac's not coming from Oklahoma. Okay, that's not gonna happen.
Does that person even exist?
Yeah, Mac Dio does. He's gonna be on the podcast one of these days. But he did grow up next door to me. When he does come on, it's gonna get ugly because he knows a little too much about me. But so what we did, Dancia, is I reached out to all your friends and family.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Well, Carrie and I did actually.
Yeah.
So we reached out to everybody. And
No.
did your husband disappear 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Well, he came down
Where'd he
here.
go? Where'd he go?
You said brush.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he came down here 2 days ago, along with a lot of your friends and family, and we filmed stories
Stop.
about you. Yeah, they filmed stories
Stop.
about you. Yeah.
You brought them here.
Yeah, we Patrick, what's up, Patrick? Thank you very much. Sand Cedar, you're amazing. We brought him in, and they all told their favorite Dancia story.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Some people sent them in, or whatnot, right?
Yeah. Or a
So
copulation.
it was good. You had a lot of your friends and family come in to tell their favorite Dancia story about you. And this is, your husband was a big part of this. This was mostly his idea. He had kind of told me this idea, and I kind of ran with it and said, well, that's a great idea. And it's, because he likes you, I guess. I don't know. It's more than I got. But
What?
But for me, this is also a thank you for all the stuff you do for the podcast. I know I'm a rampaging pain in the ass at times. I get it, but I don't apologize for who I am. But I do appreciate the people who accept it. You know what I mean? So
That's cool.
yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start playing stories. Are you
God.
ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
You might recognize me.
Hello, Danica. Happy birthday. So we're here to spill the tea, I guess, about you and just tell silly stories, which are surprisingly difficult to come up with because it seems like every day is a silly story with you. So my first silly story about dents. I had a list of them, but the first one I'd like to tell is I do feel like it's kind of a notorious story at this point, the ankle break, just because like as you grow, it's not an injury that's like getting better with time. So I feel like you continue to pay the price for that silly mistake. So, at my grandma and grandpa's old house, there was this giant hill. Can you give me a cross reference on like the length of the hill? 150 yards. And so it was a hill indeed. And we had the idea to do an epic slip and slide. So we got a massive amount of the painter's plastic, and it was me and all of my cousins. So it started as the young blood, right? The like people that could really keep up with it. And then we were getting like more creative as the day was going on, and we were going down one after another and sliding in between each other's legs. And there was, dish soap at one point because we weren't going fast enough. So it was all these things, and we were getting really good at it. And Dents, no doubt, no joke, it was a hold my beer kind of story. So she passes the beer off to an onlooker, and she's like, if these kids can do it, I can do it. So Dents starts going, and she's walking, decides last minute, I don't know, but decides that the walking is not the approach. So she goes for her butt, and it does not work in her favor, and her feet slid out from underneath her, whatever. She makes it to the bottom, and she's like, okay, not doing that again. Gets to the top, and we're all like, yo, are you okay? Like, that was a hard fall. And we're all just kind of sitting there, and she's like, yeah, I'll be fine. And she's like really trying hard to blow it off and be cool. And so the day goes on, and she's, elevating her foot at this point. And we're like, are you sure you're okay? And somebody comes over and takes a look at it, and they're like, you need to go to the hospital. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. But Den's, in true Den style, broke her ankle on the 4th of July on a giant slip and slide. And I feel like it's like one of those stories that people would tell, and you'd be like, oh, how'd you break your ankle? You'd be like, oh, a giant slip and slide. Like, it'd be just a funny thing that you would say. But she was 47.
47 years old.
Audience, old enough to know better, for sure. But to this
How
day,
old were you?
Pays the price for that
Probably
ankle
about
break,
that.
so.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So
That is funny.
I remember you breaking your ankle. I remember you trying to not tell me how it happened. Like, oh, I just had an accident.
Why would I tell you of all people? You'd give me the most shit.
I would.
Yes.
I just like to think, like, when she's all limped around it, they're like, let me say, you look at it, it's pointed the wrong fucking way. I'm like, Dance, you need to get that checked. It's fine. It's just a fucking skin
Oh
food.
my God. The best part is that I was going to go down on my stomach, and we had just ate lunch. So at the last minute, I was like, whoa, that's going to hurt my stomach because I just ate lunch. So I picked my foot up to go on my butt. And what happened is that this foot went and hit the soap, and my other foot got caught between the plastic and that. And that's when I went, I was like, motherfucker, I just broke my ankle.
When I hear
And
the story.
I was so consoling. I'm like,
Oh.
you should know better than to do some dumb shit like that. You're not coordinated enough to do this kind of stuff.
And this was the house that you had the wedding at, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Here's what I think about that. That was a beautiful home.
Yeah.
On a beautiful plot of land. And your neighbors are driving by, and you got this huge fucking slip and slide. You're like the Beverly Hillbillies. It's like this super nice house, but the fucking most
Right.
inbred motherfuckers
Own it.
Well, we did get it from oil, so that makes sense.
They're like, no, it's just the kids. Oh, wait, there's an old one.
Wait a minute.
Don't.
Yeah.
It's going to kill this move. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, my ankle still, I know when the weather's going to change.
Is that what it is? Is it hurting
Yeah.
today?
Actually, yes. Yes, it is hurting today. So there's that.
All right.
Oh, my
Well, I'd usually ask
God.
you what you think about that one. So were you mad? Were you mad?
Yeah, I was mad. I was like, what? You shouldn't be doing this kind of dumb
You know
stuff.
what he said to me? I was like, so when I got it like casted and I was on the couch and I couldn't move because I didn't have like crutches or anything then, I was like, babe, can you help me? And his words were like, why would you do that? You know you're not very graceful. And I was like, and literally the next day he apologized and I was like, I want anybody else in the world to help me but you because you are such a dick.
I feel bad for that one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was not very graceful, obviously.
It's funny
Yeah.
when I asked these guys, so we started calling them, we split them up, Carrie and I. And I had Chloe to call and Chelsea, and they both said the same thing. It's like, how do you pick one fucking story from Dance
Chelsea did too? Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Yeah, she's coming up. So I say the most incriminating ones for last.
Yeah.
So, all
Oh,
right.
God.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah, yeah.
Some of these aren't stories. They're just people weighing in on your birthday. So.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Hey, girl, I don't even know where to begin except to say that I just think you're fabulous. And I love any time that I get a chance to work with you on the Bullhucker podcast or just run into you because you bring such a good energy and a good vibe. And love the humor. Always laugh when I'm around you, Dents. I know we don't hang out all the time, but we've known each other for a long time. Gosh, probably 20 plus years. I think I originally met you when I first moved to Fort Morgan and started dating Staley, I think. And anyhow, did a lot of workout classes with you at the Star, as well as a lot of kickboxing. Miss those days at the Body Firm. I need some more Dencia kickboxing, I think. But
not gonna
I just wanted to
happen.
say how much I enjoy you and love all the great deeds you do in our community and the humor that you bring. You know, great host for the podcast. And yeah, just wanted to say what a pleasure it is. And I don't know, just love you, girl.
Love you too. That was nice.
That was Michelle Staley trying to get in your pants, I think.
I think
Is that
so.
what that
I think
is?
we're dating. Yeah.
It's
I'm
funny.
here for it. Yeah.
She did a podcast with me with Thunderhide down here at the barbershop, Carrie's place. And she goes, what are you going to do for the podcast for the 100th? And I told her what we're doing. And
How long have you been planning this?
October, I think, is when Carrie and I started contacting.
October?
Yeah. We started calling people in October, telling them, hey, start thinking of stories. You know what I mean? That, and so, yeah, but it got to a point where, and I need to stop and say this. I called Christine Castro and apologized because the 100th episode was supposed to happen at the Club Tap Room.
Yeah.
Through my own stupid planning, it couldn't happen like that. We had to redo it. So
because of the timing of the.
I didn't have a weekend off, and we'd have to do it on a weekend because you work.
Yeah.
And you get, so it had to be at night. So that's why I ended up here. So, but the Club Tap Room, please make sure you check them out. They're the best people down there, along with Pig and Out Barbecue. They're the greatest. We're going to do a lot of podcasts there this year. So we've already got. Your nieces, the twins, are going to be on, so we're going to do those. So thank you, Club Tap Room, by the way, and I apologize. I wish we could have done it there because they were so excited, but
and we could have drank there too.
right there too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'd had a better looking
closer
bartender. Yeah, that's what it's about. So anyway, some people, like Michelle goes, I got a very inspirational story about Dencia. And I'm like, oh, bless her soul. She No, Dencia Kudron, not the other one. She's like,
I
yeah.
bought this great car from her. It's his big, no?
Yeah. Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah,
I was thinking,
yeah,
how does
okay.
that make sense?
Right.
How's your drink?
It's pretty good. Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm
Slugged
ready.
it?
Let's go.
This one, we're going to take the Hornitos. I'm going to pour mine, you pour yours. and
Okay,
then
sounds good.
We're going to give Chelsea the you ready for another one?
Yep.
Hornitos? What do you think about that one?
I think it kind of tastes like the other one.
The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think it's more bland.
I don't know. I feel like I'm numb a little bit right now. I'm just like, bring them all on.
Chelsea, what do you think about that one?
I don't like it.
Start
You don't like it?
kicking
You're
them
not a
down.
fan?
Yeah.
Michael?
I want to see your reactions to these stories.
Okay.
Which one would you rather have? Oh, you tried the mango. We haven't got that far yet.
Yeah, I stole that one.
Did you like the Cazadores?
I did.
The purple one. Did you like the purple one?
I'm giving it 7 out of 10 stars.
7 out of 10?
See?
Okay.
Yeah,
It's for the heartburn, Chelsea.
It's for the. I was gonna say it's the heartburn at night.
Out of the three, which one would you buy?
Okay, I like the purple one. I like the.
It's lime, though,
salsa
right?
The
thing.
the Loma Vista
That's
lime.
me too.
Yes.
That's where I'm at.
You like the salsa?
You got the mango one. This one's a lime one. Try that one.
I got gypped out of it.
Yeah, you did. So
I like the salsa.
the Cazadores one is one I would buy. So, and they all average, they come in 4-packs, by the way, and they're from anywhere from $10 to $15 at Village Liquor.
Oh,
So,
the Hornitos one actually says tequila seltzer.
so I'm not a fan of the seltzer thing. So
I'm sorry, you don't have good taste buds.
I don't have good taste buds.
You didn't have that one right
Hey,
back.
you want some
You
some?
don't like it?
No, this one is my
Michael?
favorite so far.
Oh, I've got enough.
I made him taste it.
Okay. So, anyway, that's out of the three, Juan, I would actually take the Cazadores. That's the one I would buy. So it's not too bad.
Yeah.
If you're gonna drink margaritas, so they have all kinds of seltzer ones. They has a whole. If you go
It's
to
a new wave.
It is. It is. And Village Liquor's got a whole just shelf full of different ones.
Yeah,
and
they're
shit.
like,
We've
we
tried
know
them
what's
all.
good.
Well, she has.
the apple, the Crown Apple one.
There's a tropical blend. There's a
Crown
seasonal
apple.
blend
Yeah.
that we tried over there.
Yeah, I was gonna try, and one's like, that one's shit. I'm like, all right, calm down. So, all right. So that was Michelle Staley. She wanted.
Oh, thank you, Michelle. You're
Yeah.
sweet.
I love how she calls her husband Staley.
She does. She calls.
I know.
love that.
Everybody always talks about that.
He's an abused husband too. Do you know what I mean? Because like she just like everything on the radio is bad, but like on the podcast it gets worse. Whenever she's on, she throws him under the fucking bus, man. He's got a
Poor
hate
guy.
it. Oh, he's telling us about
He's
how
just used to it.
yeah. So I take him in, make him get manscaped and waxed, and I'm like, why you want? You know?
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah. There should be some kind of bro code that I need to cut this shit out so no one gets to it. So you ready for your next story?
Okay, let's go.
Ex-husband here, the pain in the ass that lives next door. Just so everyone knows, obviously, since it's not just Fredencia, we get along probably ridiculously well at this point in our lives. We gave up on all the BS and fighting and all the bullshit. And sometimes I think Carrie and I have a better relationship than even Carrie and Dencia. But anyway, I was going to tell the story about how I was young, obviously, when Dencia and I met, and we had a daughter when we were super young, and how Dencia was my babysitter, but that's for a different time. No, the real truth is she was not my babysitter, but, you know, it's fun to at least say she was. Anyway, The story that comes to mind, and I don't know why, but this one just stuck out. I actually kind of got told at Christmas time here this last year because we were playing some goofy family game. But obviously, we didn't always get along this well, and we were getting divorced. There was a lot of BS on both sides, and I think that we had gotten into it good over something stupid, and I went over there to Dincia's house to argue with her at the time because I just had to get my last 2 cents in or my point across. And to get me back good, she called the police, and I got a trespassing ticket. And then I don't know what else I did to her around that time, but she decided to call and leave me a very vile message on my answering machine. And it went on, I think there was like 2 or 3 of them actually, but it went on for minutes, I think, until the machine finally gave up or ran out of batteries. And she called me every name in the book. And I was like, well, screw this. If I'm going to go to court and pay a trespassing ticket, I'm gonna get her back. So I call the police, and the cop comes over, and he sits there listening to this message. And he has to write it down word for word, which took quite some time because you have to stop it, write it down, and rewind it, and listen to it again, and write it down. And I think it was just not assault and battery, disturbing the peace, I think is what it was. So he takes also a recording of what she said, and he sends it in. And I think through advice from an attorney or something, she was going to try to get out of it, and said that she didn't do this. And I remember she went in, and I heard the story. So at Christmas time, it was told a little bit different because it was firsthand from Dincia, but I had heard it actually from the city attorney who was involved. And his version was a little bit different. But his version was that she at first wanted to plead she pled no contest, but wanted to get it deferred. She didn't want to have to go through anything. So she had to go meet with the city attorney to see if she could to get it deferred. And I think she asked him if she could she actually had not done it. She hadn't said the things that I accused her of saying. And so he had the recording right there. And I remember she was sitting there, and he said, so you didn't say it? And she's like, no. And he goes, okay, so what'd you mean when you said this? And he hit play, and it was, you fat bastard, and you stupid son of a bitch, and I want to kill you, and all this other shit. And so I remember, because then I asked her about it. She said she could feel her face get all red. She's like, okay, well, I didn't say it all that many times. You go, okay, what'd you say, or what'd you mean when you said this? And he'd hit play again and play some more. So he had Dincia dead to rights, and I assume I think she ended up saying she pled no contest to it and faced whatever. But, we get along beautifully now, but it doesn't mean we haven't gone through our BS, and makes us all better for it, I guess. So anyway, happy birthday. Hope you live another 55 or 60 years. That'd be great, because that'll be long past I'm here. So happy birthday.
Oh, Ricky. Oh, my God. That is so funny. He's right. We just talked about this at Christmas, and I always laugh. I know who it was. I was working at the gym at the Body Firm, and I was working with Angela Jorgensen. She worked there, and her husband was the city attorney. And I was like, I don't really know how he gets off. Like, this is bullshit. And she was like, everybody's like, you should just tell him you're not guilty. And I was like, fuck yeah, I will. And so then, I remember I didn't know he was going to have all that evidence. I could just feel if you know me, like my neck, my face, everything is just getting so red. And he was just there, and I was just like, oh, shit. And he would just keep playing it. And this is the part I'll never forget. At the very end, he was and I was just like cussing, like, I'm going to kill you, you Emmett. Like, just like, I'm going to chop your butt, like saying so much vile shit. And he would look at me, and I was like, well, obviously, and he's still alive. Like, I didn't kill him. And he was just like, okay. And then he'd push play again. And I was like, good Lord, how long did I leave this message for? And then finally, this is what will ever be in my mind. He takes off his glasses, puts them on his file, crosses his hands, and he goes, how do you think you're not guilty? And I was like, I think I am. I got some bad advice at the gym. I thought I could weasel out of it.
Your fucking wife, man.
Yeah, I was like, so what does that mean for me? And he's like, well, you have to take anger.
No, you weren't.
And it was like right when the movie was out too, and I was just like, oh my God, I hate you so bad. The fact that Ricky and I are friends are something, because we could have killed it. In fact, I think at one point I obviously wanted to.
She's got more stories about this thing.
Oh.
Oh,
More
God.
conversations about. Didn't you call the cops on yourself once?
How'd you do that?
Whose side are you on?
No, I'm just
Well,
playing
I
along.
was just pretty mad. I went over to his house and he wouldn't come talk to me because he had his new girlfriend over. So I was like, come talk to me like a fucking crazy girl. And he's like, I won't come. He's like, if you don't leave, I'm going to call the cops. And I'm so crazy. I am not, oh my God. And I was like, you want the cops called? I'll call the fucking cops. So I called them and they are like, what's your emergency? And I was like, man, I'm going to kill somebody right now. And they were like, you can't say that. And I was like, oh, I'm fucking saying it. Oh my God. And then they came over and they were just like, stop. It was Parks. And he was like, stop saying you're going to kill somebody. And I was like, but I am. And he's like, no, you can't. Oh my God, it was so bad. Thank God for Jim Parks, because he did let me go home with my parents. And then my mom made me go apologize. It was so humiliating. Oh God. Freaking, how am I 51?
Dense. I don't have I don't have headphones, so clearly I'm not part of the podcast. But here I am. Did you not actually phone a friend one time to figure out the best murder weapon for old Rickstro?
Yes.
Is this a story? Can we get a synopsis, please?
It is. Oh God, it's so wrong. How? I did.
Some crazy
Yeah.
girlfriends have Google. Dizzy has Chelsea.
No, we weren't there. Yeah, it's just when she was going through her shit, I'm like, it's not that bad. We all do it, okay? It's just a phase. It's gonna go past. You'll be fine, okay? You'll be fine. And if you don't do it, there's something wrong with you, really. Like, if you're not just crazy during a divorce, then I don't know what's wrong with you.
Here's the deal.
Then you're crazy.
I think.
All right.
Ready for another one?
Yeah.
I forgot which one I
Oh,
put these
Ricky.
in. All right.
Oh my God.
Hi. We're Densia's daughters. I'm Elsie.
I'm Karis.
We have a little story to share about our mom. Okay, so if you know Densia at all, you know that she just loves April Fools. It is like one of her favorite things to participate in. She thinks it's so funny. But yeah, anyways, when me and Karis were like, what?
We were like 5,
Like
6.
elementary school age-ish, probably a little younger. It was April Fool's, but we didn't quite get it yet, obviously. And we wake up one day, and we go to the bathroom, brush our teeth, and go to the kitchen, and my mom is like, "What's wrong?"
Wheezing.
She's like laughing so hard. She's like, "What's wrong with your teeth?" We were like, "What?" She was like, "There's something on your teeth." And we were like, crap, I don't know. So we ran back to the bathroom and looked in the mirror, and sure enough, our teeth are like blue. She put like food coloring in like our toothbrush.
But yeah, like in the middle of like our toothbrushes.
Yeah. And we were freaking out, like, oh no, our teeth are gonna be blue forever. And we were like, Mom, how could you do this?
We were
to
like
us?"
brushing our teeth 5 times,
Yeah.
and every time she's like
She's just laughing so hard.
standing there with her phone, like, ha ha ha.
She's like, girls, do you love April Fools? Isn't this funny? And we were like, no. And she's like, yeah. But basically, Densia has no mercy. If she wants to play a trick on you, she'll do it. So dumb.
It's so true.
Well, Mother
Yeah.
of the Year. That's
No
It's
kidding.
so true.
oh my
Well,
God.
this is why Chelsea and I are friends. She loves it as much as I do. Loves it as much as I do. We got these two so good last Valentine's. No, it wasn't that romantic. April Fools, and I love it.
What'd you do?
Oh God. Okay. Well, so they always know we are going to be on to April Fools, right? So
Okay.
like, don't give them any what do I want to say, preparation. So in the meantime, that was their wedding coming up, and I was going to be the maid of honor, or not maid of honor, I can't think of
Bridesmaid.
and Carrie was the officiant, right?
Oh, that's right.
In fact, is that what it was? That I was mad because I wasn't? So Chelsea, so I called and I was like, hey, I am pissed. Chelsea said there's too many people in the wedding and I can't be in it anymore. Like, I'm so pissed.
She'll
Like,
understand.
Yeah,
so
she'll
let's get rid of
understand. It's, you'll
Denzia.
be the least. And I was like so pissed. But then you said something. What was it that Michael heard? God, I don't remember.
Well, no, I remember you called me.
Yeah.
So you called me, Dempsey called me.
That's what
and
it
was
was.
like, hey, is this for real? You have to talk Chelsea out of this. And I'm like, I'm going to get divorced before I even get married. I can't talk Chelsea out of
Because
this.
she told you it was a joke.
Yeah.
So Michael calls
Yes.
me. Hi, this is Chelsea. We were in on it. We just double crossed the guys. So Michael
Yes.
calls me and he's like, "What the hell? Did you and Nancy get in a huge fight?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck that bitch." He's
Yes.
like, "Well, what am I supposed to say to Carrie? We're getting married on their land, and he's the officiant." And I was like, "Oh no, he's your fucking friend now."
Yeah, you
You're
call him.
on your
You have
own.
to call him and tell him. And then I had to call Chelsea. What?
Yeah.
And
tell me, it was just this big roundabout. Anyways, the guys were so nervous to like double cross us because they wanted to stay loyal to their wives, but they also were like so uncomfortable to be in the
Lying.
uncomfortable position.
To lie.
Yes, to lie. And oh God, we got him so good.
I don't think that's the worst thing though. Carrie stood back while Dempsey and I got in a physical fight once.
Oh yes.
It was an April Fool's joke as well.
Yeah.
Dance,
Yep.
take it away.
Yeah. Oh my God, I got such a bad. We just like attacked each other, and the guys were like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
We had it all sorted out, and we were going to get in a fight over somebody that we worked with
Yep.
before.
Yep.
And
cat fight.
yeah.
Just a
And
straight up
so
cat
we'd
fight.
already had it
These
planned
hoes be
out.
scrapping.
These
I know.
bitches.
I had it. My niece was an infant, and I was babysitting her, and so we had it all planned out. We went for a walk, which I knew was going to end up at their house. Walked in, immediately handed my niece over, and
my
I was
God,
like, "What
yes.
the fuck, bitch? You said some shit. You know what, Dempsey? I will take your ass." Because we thought the guys were going to freak out. Nope, they took the baby. And they hid in the laundry room.
Yeah, don't want no part of this shit.
And let us just
None.
go at it. We're like, surely they'll like interrupt it at any
No.
minute now. Nope.
Guys, sort it out.
Oh, I do love April Fools. And now everybody's on to me. And I'm surprised Ricky didn't say something because I have got him
Every year.
every year. And I get him so good. So during COVID.
Hey, we still got more videos, so don't say,
Oh,
don't say, no, go ahead, go ahead and say it.
During COVID, I downloaded all these things, and because I was like, well, I can't like obviously see them, so I sent a text, and it was like, "Thank you for subscribing to the Leonardo DiCaprio fan club. Your account is being charged $19.95. Click, yes to confirm or in to end," and he texts back in. And so then I sent another one, and they're like screenshots. "Thanks for upgrading. You are being charged an additional $9.95 a month." And the same thing, yes to confirm, no, in, no. So then I sent another one. "Wow, you must really like Leonardo DiCaprio. You're being charged another $9.95.
Oh my God.
Ricky just keeps saying no. And I just keep sending the text that with Leonardo, "Wow, you are a great Leonardo DiCaprio fan."
He ends up.
Finally, I am dying. And so after he's like, $180 a month in for Leonardo DiCaprio, I call him and I'm like, "Ricky, April Fool's." He's like, "God damn it, this isn't funny." I called and canceled my credit card.
That's fucked up.
You took it too far.
I got on April 1st, if you look through my phone, I probably got 10 videos from 10 different years of just watching her reaction on April Fool's Day.
April Fools. We took a little break there, so Chelsea was telling us a story about her dog. I asked you if you did this because someone did this to me, and it pissed me off. Something awful.
I hope it was me.
Well, what happened was I get this email or this text one day asking about a fucking corgi. Do you have any corgis? I don't know what the fuck a corgi is. No, I don't have any.
Yeah.
Done. Text after text after text after text shows up about these fucking corgis, right? So finally, I'm like, people are like, do you have males? Do you have females? I'm like, I don't have corgis. So finally, I get a lady to stay on the line. And I'm like, ma'am, why are you getting a hold of me? She's like, well, your number is in this like thrifty nickel magazine in Oklahoma. Oklahoma.
Well,
where my buddy Mac lives.
Yeah.
And at the time, so is Tim and Crystal Dussault. And I'm like, motherfucker. So I call, right? And it got so bad, like people would like text me and say, do you have any corgis left? I'm like, no, I sold half and ate the rest, right? And they're like, so no more males? I'm like, no, motherfucker, that's what you took away from that statement. No more males.
Oh my God.
So finally, I get a hold of this paper, and I'm like, ma'am, there's been a mistake, a typo. My number is under this corgi ad, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I don't know. We have a lot of corgi ads to go through. I'm like, here's my phone number. That's the one I want taken off. It should be pretty easy to research, right? And she's like, well, where are you? I'm like, I'm in Brush, Colorado. She's like, you're not in Oklahoma? I go, no. She hung up on me. Yeah, dude. As soon as she found out that I was not anywhere close to kick her ass or go in there and cause a stink.
Wait, so did it go away?
Yeah, after a while. You know what I mean? So I called Mac and I called Tim, and I'm like, did one of you sons of bitches? Because if they would have, what I'd have done is I'd have put an ad to free Rottweilers, and I'd have put that fucker in Compton or the bad part of Denver.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I'd have put that ad,
Aurora.
Yeah, exactly right.
Oh my God.
Free Rotties.
That seems like something you would do, though.
That's extra too, because somebody had to pay for that ad.
What's that?
Somebody had to pay for that
Oh,
ad.
and if it was a mistake, that's great. But I mean, dude,
I hope it's not.
I was so mad. I was so angry, dude.
I wish I could own it, Larry. I do. It's funny.
When Chelsea's telling that story, I'm like, that's a little too fucking familiar. Like, I'm
You just punch her in the face.
I'm staring at you because you're talking about doing April Fool's jokes, and I'm like, when did that happen to me? Was it fucking April? All right, we got Fresca mixed tequila Paloma. That's what you wanted, right? That's
Ooh,
I do
there it
like
is.
Palomas. I do like Palomas.
Carrie had to tell me that 35 times. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't know
what's
what
in
the
a
fuck-
Paloma?
Yeah.
I'm
So,
like, I'll bring a jug of them down.
yeah. Because I keep asking Dempsey, like, what do you want to drink? I don't care.
I didn't want to be picking. I didn't know what this night was going. I didn't know this was happening.
Right. So, okay. You ready for another one?
Yeah, let's bring her on.
We gotta start busting through these. All right. Oh, shit.
How many are there?
All right, Jessica, it's your birthday. This was actually really hard. We got snowed out the first time we were going to do the recording, and I'm really happy because I got to talk to your husband on the phone, and we decided that it's really hard to come up with like a whole story for you. So I'm going to give you a little compilation, and there was a toss-up. I was thinking of times we went to the Broadmoor, April Fool's Day, ringing the church bell, drawing all over Carrie's head, Cabo, Cancun. There's so many to choose from, but I'm actually going to go with our compilation of roofies. For those of you that don't know, Dency and I are both grown-ass women, very mature, responsible, but there has been a time or two where we have had a drink or two and ended up roofied. There's probably 3 or 4 that came to mind. So the first one would be we went to just lunch at the El Jacal, and we had a margarita, and we actually decided that there was no tequila in it. We think the waiter heard us, got offended, and roofied our second one. And this is why we have decided we were roofied, because we don't remember going home. And about 3 hours later, I texted her and said, I just woke up from a nap, and I didn't hear anything from her. So I went out because I was thinking I was being real stealth-like, and there Michael sits, laughing, on the phone with Carrie, laughing. Dencio was also asleep, so he texted me, and texted me about an hour later, she'd also fallen asleep. So we decided that we had gotten roofied, because there's no way that we just got that drunk. We're just way too mature for that. The next time that comes to mind with a roofie would actually probably, it had to have been one of the little girls maybe. I feel like we had our kids bartending sometimes, mainly virgin drinks. And we thought we were drinking virgin drinks because they were children, out at Carrie and Dence's new house. And we just having fun with speaker. There were some
combing happening. There was an epidemic in some of the smaller schools. I don't remember most of this. I do remember that the next morning we were all washing our hair because somebody had lice, and I thought it would be my job to pick it out of their head. Do have photo evidence, not memories, of a tambourine contest. Dennis and I were standing on chairs, and Carrie and Michael, being the brave souls they were, chose to provide their bodies as the receptor of the tambourines. One of us fell off a chair and smacked our face on the floor. I'm not going to say names. That would be really, really bad. And my face hurt so bad afterwards that I feel like that would be rude anyways. So I'm pretty sure we got roofied that night too. And the last roofie incidents that I can think of, and these are all within the last year or so. I mean, I could really dig back to the 40th birthday party, but I'm pretty sure the first instance was about midsummer 2022. It was a big roofie season. We went out to Casa Patron because we're going to try a different margarita place because clearly there's not roofies on the menu. And we're having fun. We're hanging out, telling people it's other people's birthdays. And pretty soon, I think it's closing time. And why do I think it's closing time? Because somebody's running the vacuum cleaner, which is really weird because it didn't seem like it was that late. Look up. Dencia has decided, coming out of the bathroom, that the floor needed vacuumed, and she thought it would be hilarious. So just plugs in the vacuum at Casa Patron and proceeds to vacuum the restaurant with the patrons still in there. But again, it wasn't our fault because I think we were roofied. So those are just a few roofie stories from the last couple of years. We've got lots more, but we'll save those for the 60th birthday here in a couple years.
Next year.
Next year. Well, it's her 50th last year too. I think she's double dipping on this whole birthday thing.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Okay, I just have to say, I think I love it all, but the funniest part is, Jessica, it's your birthday. Because what's funny is that, I don't know, years and years, when Lee Nails used to be in a different location, when he first opened, I would go in and I would want to get my manicure, pedicure, and he'd be like, what color you want? And I would be like, tell him, and then he'd be, what's your name? And I say, Dencia. Okay, Jessica, pick a color. And I'd be like, oh, okay, but my name's Dencia. Okay, Jessica, sit right there. And I'd be like, okay, thank you, and I was just going to tell you my name's actually Dencia. Okay, Jessica, you want full pedicure? No, I just want that. And I was going to tell you it's Dencia. Okay, Jessica, you going to do manicure? So now I've always told, because now when I go into Lee Nails, he always goes, hi, Jessica, what color? And I go, pink. That's Jessica. I'm always Jessica. And there's been times I'll be like, well, do I correct him? But I've been like, I have literally been Jessica at Lee Nails for 20 years. Jessica.
That's break the law all you want, because that guy go, I know who'll do it. Jessica do that. Fucking Jessica.
Yeah.
She motherfucker.
No, I'm Dencia. It's clearly not alike. Oh,
During
God.
roofie season, tambourines come out all the time.
Really?
Yes. They are a staple during
I found my
roofie season.
Stevie Nicks vibes, like coming into my 50s, and Michael got me a tambourine, and it has been the best gift ever. And now I have like 3 tambourines.
Bobstock's coming up soon.
Yes,
Mm.
I was in the band concert last spring at school. I jokingly told the band teacher, he was like, you look like the type that would play an instrument. And I was like, I do, it's the tambourine. I didn't say like as a party joke. So he was like, you should be in the band concert. And I was like, yeah. And so, oh God. So he tells me, the band, he comes in and it's like, the band concert is in 2 weeks. If you want to practice, we come in at, 7 in the morning. And I was like, shit. So yeah, so I go into band practice 2 weeks before the concert, and he's like, just take your tambourine and do your thing. And so it's like, ting, 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 like I had no idea. And so finally I was like, I gotta be real with you. I tell the kid that's doing it before me, I was like, it looks like you know when to go pa-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha. And he was like, I was like, how do you know? And the student was like, I read the music. I was like, huh? So I finally tell the band teacher, I gotta be real with you. I don't know how to read music, but can you help me? And he was like, well, do you know how to keep a beat? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, if you can do this, it was only September. Can you say, my name is Dencia? Yeah. And I said, yes. And so that's how I learned music for the band concert. Yes. Yeah.
Dencia,
Yes.
do you have any autographed tambourines?
I do have one autographed tambourine.
Who is it from?
I don't know. I don't know who the person is.
Starship.
Starship.
Ooh, I was gonna say Foreigner.
This is a trend with Dencia. I've introduced her to Tone Loc,
Yep.
Vanilla Ice,
Yep.
some dude at the Grizzly Rose. And every time she's like, I don't know. At my wedding,
Yeah.
Marvin Young MC,
God.
came to play. The next day I was like, do you have any footage of that? And she was like, from what? And I said, from Young MC with the song he sang about the wedding. And she's like, it was not PC, right?
No.
She goes, oh, I just thought that was some black guy.
Well, you're kind of right, but it's
And knew the song really well. He's like, he's doing so good. Oh my
He
God.
sang it really well.
He did sing it really well.
She was like, you put your names in the lyrics. I thought that was super cool.
Didn't know. I could meet so many famous people. I mean, maybe not a couple, but that
Right.
I would really know who they were. But I'd be like, are you having a good time?
If we want to upload a picture, I do have a picture. I had to talk to Tone Loc recently, and I sent him a couple pictures, and I have a picture of Dencia, like, in a picture, and I think I still have the text where I was like, look at this, and she's like, now who is that? Like, it's
Wow.
Tone Loc, like,
Wow.
Wild Thing, like, Tone Loc, and she's like,
Oh.
Some lady
that sounds fun.
called us the next day. Was Young MC really out at your guys' wedding? No, he wasn't
Yeah,
there.
and I said to Carrie, I was like, oh my God, she totally thinks Young MC was there. Because they were. I was like, seriously? Did I see them?
What do you think about these tequila
I
palomas?
like these ones. This, okay, honestly, maybe be my favorite.
Yeah, I think mine too, actually.
do?
Yeah, I really do enjoy this.
Okay, you got good taste after all.
I don't know. Chelsea, what's your favorite so far?
Oh, I don't know, it's between the mango and the
Paloma?
The Paloma. Yep.
Yes.
Palomas.
Oh, God.
Oh, I do like the orange one.
I was wondering at one point in time, do you just grow a fucking tolerance to fucking roofies? You know what I mean? Like some guys like roofied those two girls like 4 times. They're still standing.
Wouldn't that be funny? I'm all, cheers, can I get one more drink? Oh, what the, why are you still standing, bitch? I didn't get to be 50 by being a weakling. Yeah, that's exactly.
All right. Ready for another one?
Yes. Oh, my God. This is wild.
I just have to call you out. So the roofing obviously comes from your genetic history and the infamous Larry Hall and all the multiple times, not that he drank a lot, but when he did get a little tipsy, I remember your mom trying to help him when we were young a couple times get up the stairs or get to their room. And your dad, just like you now, carrying on the tradition, he always claims somebody slipped him a Mickey. Someone slipped me a Mickey. There's no way I could have drank that much. Someone slipped me a Mickey. So, way to carry on the trend.
Oh, my God. That is funny.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that my dad did do that, and we always laugh about it. My mom would be like, "You're drunk." No, really, Dad. Somebody slipped me a Mickey.
I'm going to tell you a quick story about the podcast. When we had this idea, I ran into Paula at Walmart.
Okay.
And I told your sister how this idea, and she's like, that sounds like a great idea, Larry. I really like it. Well, she's not here. She's not on here. We couldn't hook up. You know what I mean? We just kind of, our schedules wouldn't mesh. So, but I try and call her because we were going to do these at Rebel Girl originally.
Oh.
And I call her, and something's a bit off when I'm talking to Paula. You know what I mean? She's really upbeat. She's really positive. She's really, like, hey, how are you? And
Generally.
I go, yeah, how's the Dencia thing we're going to do? She's like, what are you talking about? I go, well, here's what we're going to do for the 100th episode. And she's like, that sounds so great. That sounds so great. And I'm thinking, we had this conversation once, Paula. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
She's drunk.
you stroking Keith? No, she's not drunk. But something's a bit off. I can't put my finger on it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm telling her this, and she's like, that sounds like so much fun. I told her Carrie and Chelsea and Rick and all these guys are going to come. And she's like, that's going to be a lot of fun for you guys. And I'm like, yeah. And so we're going to do this, and this. And she goes, Larry, stop. I go, what's up? She's like, Larry, I think you got the wrong Paula. And I looked at it. I've been talking to Paula Huff for like 10 minutes. Ask her about it when you see her. God. She's like, dumbass.
No.
You got the wrong Paula. And then I start being like, we need to come do a podcast at the bar.
Yeah.
Dude.
Nervous
Ask her about it.
talking.
She laughed, called me a dumbass. She laughed for like a good 5 minutes, dude. She's like, God, you're stupid. I am stupid.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is the best thing I've heard for a while.
Paula Keefe called me back, and I missed the call, and I'm like, the next day I called her, and I couldn't get, I didn't get a hold of her. And so I was like, oh, God, I finally got a hold of Paula. Hey, Paula. She's like, hey, buddy. Yeah, so that's...
She's like, I haven't talked to her in so long, but that sounds great.
This whole time I'm thinking, how do you not remember this conversation we had in Walmart? Like, what are you, fucking simple there, Keith? Or, turns out, man. So, yeah, all right, here we go.
Oh my God, this is great.
That was 6? I think so.
All right, I got up from the chair, I sat down, and I said, oh, shit, I forgot about Pump It. So Pump It was a real thing. We were actually going to a Pink concert, and I chose that I would be the DD on the way up if somebody's the DD on the way back. Not that we were drinking the other people drank before we got in the car. Anyway, open container and all that. So we get up to Denver, and we're going to go to a bar and have a couple drinks, more drinks. I'm going to start my drinking. And actually for this one, we had a group of girls with us. Chloe was with us. I don't know if Cabry was with us, but a few other friends. So we get to this bar, and we're upstairs, and we're starting to hang out, kind of have fun. We look around and realize Dencia's not around. And it's like 6:30, maybe 7. And we were so excited because we were on the list. And when we showed up, they were like, we don't even have the list printed yet. Just go in. It was like the blue hair special. Go downstairs, find Dencia. She was taking a nap on the bar top. The manager very politely came and asked me if I would remove my friend from the bar top. It was not sanitary. So we started pounding the water. This is not going to work. So this is like pre-Uber, or maybe there was Uber, but I didn't have a smartphone, so we were just taxiing back and forth. So I volunteer. I'm going to take her back to the hotel. And we get in the car, and she's just going to rally. She's just going to take a quick power nap. And then we're going to rally. We're going right back. And I already know that's bullshit. That's not happening. And that's fine. I had a new pair of socks I was going to bust into in the hotel anyway, so I'm good. On our way back, and she starts asking the taxi driver to pull over for no apparent reason. And I'm pretty sure she thought that we were getting taken on a ride. And pretty soon she just says, I'm going to throw up. And I've never seen a taxi cab driver pull over so fast in my entire life. But he doesn't pull over on the side of the road. He goes like into this dodgy alley, and it's getting dark-ish, and it's kind of that twilight time. And so she gets out. I hold her hair. I'm pretty sure it was the roofies that was getting to her. And she looks up, and there's a raccoon eating trash out of the dumpster. And I actually was looking for this video. I have it on my phone somewhere. For $10, I'll send that copy out. She looks up and decides she wants to take the raccoon home with us. The taxi driver has had it. Like, he's going to leave us here. I don't even know where we're at. I'm not sure that the raccoon doesn't have buddies or something. And so I finally get her back in the car. She's insisting on getting the raccoon and proceeds to tell me she's already named it Pump It. So get her back to the hotel. The rest of the night was pretty much just sleeping. And then the next morning, the roofie hangover hit, and those things are brutal. So to this day, we talk about raccoons. We send pictures of pumpets back and forth. So if you ever hear Dencia say pumpet or raccoons, it came from a Ralph party in a dodgy alley in Denver somewhere. All right, now I'm done.
So true. That is the best. I love raccoons.
Why pump
so
it?
much? I don't know. At the moment, I feel
Please
like
tell
he
me
was like pump.
Tell me it's not a Freudian slip. That's all I want to.
I know. I feel like he was
Do you see what I'm dealing with, by the way, Moose?
Yeah, he was like, pump it up.
Do you see what I'm dealing with in these stories?
At the moment, it made so much sense that his name was going to be Pump It, because he was like, pump it up. And he was like so cool because he was going to wear like a little tutu on his birthday and just be like, pump it up. And he was going to be the coolest damn raccoon you ever saw. And then like in my drunken haze, I was like, I see him. His name is Pumpet. She's like, that's the dumbest name. No, it's not.
You know, on Wayne's World where they're sitting on the car and like, do you think Bugs Bunny's hot when he puts on a dress? Do you know? Hey, Chelsea, you ever thought about a raccoon sexually? She's like, Jesus, what?
She
Like,
don't
just
shut up
dance
about
really
raccoons.
good to Pumpet. That would be awesome.
No, I have to say that's not how it went. There was no sexual element.
I'm
It
just
was
so
more
excited.
of a rescue mission. She felt terrible. What if Pumpet doesn't have friends? And what if we go over and we don't get our faces eaten off by a
He's
mob
not gonna
of
do it.
raccoons?
Yeah.
I feel like they have a bad rap. They're probably super nice.
Okay, I'm going to go on the other side of that. You know what hookers say to you when you walk by? Hey, you need a friend. Okay, that's what they say. Okay, I'm just saying.
Denzia was the friend, and she was super worried that
right.
Pumpet was going to
Yeah.
die in a horde of trash that night.
And really, on my bucket list is to just hold one little baby raccoon and be like, "You're home. You're with Mama."
I thought there was another one in there.
Okay, this story is titled Oscar a Ham. So it's Christmas Eve, okay? And I'm in college, I think. And I don't know, we were just like ready to celebrate Jesus the next day, I guess. You know, we're just throwing them back to celebrate Jesus and his B-Day. And so we're in the hot tub, like we are just really going for it. Maybe go a little bit too hard, so we are feeling real good by the evening time. And so we come in from the hot tub, and it's me, my mom, and Cabri, and we're all just kind of like rummaging. You know, we've had Christmas Eve dinner, like there's all the stuff around, and we're hungry. Okay, so we're like looking around and we're like, man, what could we eat? And we're like, you know, going through the leftovers, whatever. And Dence is like, I got an idea. And we're like, okay, great. She goes out to the garage, comes in from the garage with a crock pot, and we're like, okay, we have the munchies, we don't need a meal. And she opens the crock pot, and it's a whole ass honey baked ham, and we're like, a ham, Mom, a freaking ham? And she was like, oh, I thought you guys would be like, oh, score, a ham. So, like, it's like this ongoing inside joke now and story that every time somebody lets you down, you just be like, oh, I thought you were going to say, oh, score, a ham. Yeah. So, that was Christmas Eve with my mom.
She was so let down that they weren't into the ham like
I
she
thought we were going to get down on some ham.
Yeah.
She put her hands like this, waiting for them to carry her on their shoulders.
Yeah.
I almost fall back and nobody catches me. But
You are the
ham.
champion.
Do you know why I like that story when she told it?
Why?
Honestly, I love the story of. I love personal jokes. I like when people have personal jokes. I
Yeah.
told these guys when they told that story.
Yeah.
My mom and I have a story like that. We were talking about Henry Fonda one day,
Yes,
and my
Jane
grandma.
Fonda's dad.
You're okay.
Okay.
So my grandmother was funny. She was like a midget Mexican, but she'd kick your ass. She didn't like to be laughed at. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where that came from, but Mom had said something about Henry Fonda's daughter. Or I said it, and Mom goes, Jane Fonda. And my grandma goes, no, Jane Fonda. And she screamed at us. And we sat there and we started laughing at her. She got so fucking angry with us. So from now on to this day, when someone says something around me, my mom, and it doesn't make sense, she'll look at me, she'll go, Jane Fonda? I go, no, Jane Fonda. So I just, it's not great, but that's why I like that
I
story.
love it. Only you get it.
Yeah, because, it's so fucking
Totally.
crazy, man.
I love it. Yeah, because it's something, exactly. We've been in so many situations where the hype is so high, and then it just be let down and be like, oh, score a ham.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I got to tell you, I think this Paloma is my favorite
I would agree with you.
so far. Chelsea, is that
I would
still?
agree.
Yep, she's
The orange one?
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm working on it. Yeah.
she's
More of
working
a
on it.
peachy.
What's that?
It's more of a peachy color.
I know, I'd like it. Is this what it tastes like when you mix it or no?
It's actually better.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
That's better than a
Yeah.
Paloma.
Oh, I'm sorry, Larry. I didn't know you were talking to me because I didn't get headphones. I invited myself to the party.
I have 3
Welcome
sets of
to my
headphones. The Bullhucker podcast is on a budget, okay? We had to beg for the booze, all right?
Hashtag Kin Entertainment. We can hook you up.
There we go. You have a new sponsor.
Go
There you
fund
go.
me. Go fund me.
Yes. And if you'd like to contribute,
Before we do this one, though, I do want to tell you, I dropped the ball on part of this. Cabri and Gage were signed up to do this. The weather has been just
Yes.
stupid nuts. So
Yes.
I had to back out once, and then we backed out for weather once.
Yeah.
So neither one of them could actually make it. I know
Fair.
they're bummed because they were both really into it when we approached them. You approached one, I approached the other. You talked to Gabriel, and I talked to Gage. And so they just couldn't make it happen. They
That's
wanted
fair.
to, and so
Yeah.
but I'm curious as to the story because
Oh, I don't
Cabri had
know.
a story.
Did she?
Yeah, but she didn't tell me yet. So I'll have to next
Yeah,
time,
we'll have to
Cabri,
get it out of
you
her.
owe us a story. So
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, you do.
Gage, who
Cabri's-
knows?
Maybe not.
Cabri's a funny storyteller too.
Is she?
so- Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's why you're not going to see a Cabri or Gage.
Okay.
That's on me.
Good
though.
to know.
Yeah, so
Let's blame Larry.
know the pussy story. Let's hear for it.
All right. Well, happy birthday, honey. We're here to celebrate your personality. And so I've got several stories as well, but I'm going to pick on you and all of your little mannerisms. And they run throughout the family tree. Those are all, like Rick said, the genetics of this family is the branches don't go too far from the tree here. So she's got a lot of them. They come from a lot of them from her dad, and the one that stands out the most to me is just how they like to be complete jokesters all the time. They're always pulling crap on you. And her favorite holiday is April Fool's Day, and she loves to play jokes on me and her ex-husband, namely, and she pretty much gets us every year. And they're not funny. They're rude and they're cruel. Yeah, they are mean. And even when you think it's coming and you know it's coming, she'll still get you. And usually it's on the phone now. But April Fool's Day is by far her favorite holiday. So I'm going to not fall for it this year. Me and Rick are going to be sending out texts warning each other, although we did that last year and it still didn't work. So congratulations. You're one of the funnier people on April Fool's Day. But I also wanted to just kind of hit on her personalities that she's picked up from and that you learn about her. And listening to her on the phone, you would think that somebody's dead. A jet airplane flew into the side of a mountain and there's thousands of people killed. And it just so happened the dog jumped up at her sister's house and ate some food off the dang dinner table. That's all that happened. But she's such an exaggerator that she blows everything out of proportion and will laugh her butt off and just gets so animated that you think something special or crazy has happened. And she'll get off the phone and, oh, no, mom slipped, hurt her fingernails, and that's all that happened. But so that's one thing that you got to take for granted with her. And she always says, she tells the grandkids, Papa broke the camper. Well, one time I did. I broke the damn camper. I ran into something and messed it up. Well, she thought that was pretty funny. So she taught the grandkids how to say, Papa broke the camper every time. Well, my comeback was Nana exaggerates. So now I got the grandkids saying, Nana exaggerates. So, tit for tat there. The next thing that Dents has got from her family tree is shopping. She is a shopper, a frugal, very frugal shopper. And she gets that from Diana, the frugal part and the shopping part, but it runs rampant throughout the family. The daughters have it, the aunts have it, her sisters have it. Everybody is a shopper in this family. And if we go into a gas station, she's looking at purses, hats, might have a, might have a 50-cent coupon off for Snickers. Can't drive by Kohl's without spending some Kohl's cash. Going to the grocery store, it's embarrassing. It's like, I got $1 off on this cereal. Let me find it. It's in my purse. And it's like, honey, I'm embarrassed. I've got another $1. I'll spend the $1. But no, she's got this damn coupon going through Arby's. She's got a coupon for Arby's. She's got a card for everything that you can imagine. And thank you, honey. You'll probably save us some money one of these days. So I appreciate it. Back to Larry, because Larry, like a lot of people know, he's huge in the family, and we miss him so much. But Larry would wear anything you put on the man, and he could not dress himself. Anytime we'd go on vacation, when he went to work, Diana would pick out his clothes for him. And he would wear anything. The kids had these shoes, these Reeboks, when they come out with the lights in the soles. Well, he loved them. He loved them shoes. So, Larry's got a size 14 foot on him. And when you would see Larry coming by these shoes, it looked like a damn disco going on when he would walk around. And the next thing he would do is he had these Heelys, the Heelys with roller skates in them. Well, he passed that on to Dencia. She will wear anything. Hats, scarves around her, anything. Big purses, small purses, shoes that are too tight, hurt her feet. But, as long as she looks cute, that's what's important. Bandanas on the head, just everything. I'm like, how can you get away with that? But she will literally wear anything, and I love that about you. I love that you will try anything and don't care what anybody thinks about you. That's one of my favorite parts about you. Another thing that I admire about her is she is a mama's bear. And you cannot get close to her kids, her loved ones. She will fight back, and I'm sorry. She loves her kids a lot.
She'll call you on the answer machine, call you a fat fuck.
Yeah. Don't come near her. She just loves her kids. She loves our kids, my kids, our kids. So that's another great quality of hers. And my last part, I would say, is goes back to her dad. Again, he was a construction guy. Well, Dents learned a lot of things about construction. The biggest thing she learned was how to sub things out. If you are standing near her, she will put you to work. And I learned a long time ago, if she's working, run to the other room. Just get away from her. Pretend you got something else to do. Get away, because if you're standing around, she will give you a job.
But Carrie, if we all pitch in?
If we all pitch in, it will go really fast. That's her favorite saying. Many hands makes quick work. So I love you, honey. These are the things I love about you. Don't ever change. Happy birthday, and I can't wait to spend more with you.
Oh, babe.
What a sappy bitch.
Sappy motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh. When he said the more hands and all those things, Chloe's head started like a bobblehead going.
Yeah.
She agreed with all of it. I wish I could have known your dad better. I barely met
do
him.
too.
You know what I mean? I think I liked it. I think him and I would have got along famously. So,
Oh, yeah.
but he did always have that smile that I knew him. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like kind of that
yeah.
ornery, like he's gonna pull some shit on you
Yeah.
smile, right? So,
Jokester.
So that's we have one more story after this. But how do you think so far?
I am blown away. I don't even know. Like, my emotions are all over the place. This is really special.
I was hoping that when you guys were in Mexico getting hammered, that it didn't slip out by accident.
No.
Something like
Yeah.
I was hoping.
Nobody, even Chelsea said I text her, and I was like, so in the dark about any of this.
So go ahead.
Oh, my daughter's got that video put together last night. Well,
Right.
she had fallen asleep, and I'm trying to forward it to you. Well, I'm playing the video in the middle of the night, trying to figure out. I can't see anything. Old snore bucket over here didn't hear a word.
Yeah.
No,
That's awesome.
he's just like, huh? What? That's funny.
Old snore bucket.
I am.
No, there's one more story. It's my story about you.
Oh, nice.
God.
But I didn't.
Oh,
So
God.
it's not
How
really.
long have we known each other?
We met each other when I started Budweiser in 2002. Mike Withert talked me into the body firm, and I took your kick class.
Yep.
And we started having fun. We started talking shit to each other. You start.
And the only reason why is because I said there's the new team that's coming. It's a guy team. And somebody said, "Did you know the one is a comedian?" And I was like, "Which one?" And they told me it was you. And I was like, "So he knows how to like take shit, right?"
Right.
And so then I started picking on you.
I was like, "Why is this bitch talking shit to me?" Like I got all self-conscious at first. Like I'll turbo kicking like anybody else in the fucking room. I think
I ain't that bad.
They told me you liked comedy, and I'm like,
Right.
"Oh, I love that! Like I'm gonna pick on this fucker."
Right. And then you guys invited me to the house. You told me I should meet your husband, Carrie.
Yes.
And I showed up on the porch.
Oh, yeah.
Which
Emily's
Chelsea tells me you
going
could
away.
actually sign into that place, right?
Yes, you could.
You
941.
can still sign on Snapchat to an address on.
Really?
There's somebody else that lives there.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Someone else lives there. Yeah, it still has a location.
I feel like that was Emily's going away party.
I don't know, dude.
Do you remember?
I have a picture of me, you, and Christy.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
know. Was that it? I
No.
passed out on your lawn once.
That-
I remember that. And then, it was.
That was a long time ago, man.
Yeah. I got really mad when you guys moved because I used to crawl down to your house and I was hammered a lot, man. Because Kelly goes, my mom snores. I'm like, I was out on the couch.
Uh-oh. Here it comes.
It's on that. There you go.
I actually remember that night, Larry, or one of the nights, because we thought it would be really funny because Carrie was passed out on the couch. We took Sharpies, not magic markers, which we both had very young kids. We had magic markers. No. We took a Sharpie, and we drew.
This ain't about me.
We threw penises on Carrie's face.
This is not about me.
We wake up in the morning, and I'm wearing Gage's underpants.
That's right.
I'm not sure where I'm at. They're in their room. Pretty sure you were there. And all I hear from upstairs is like, "What the fuck?" Let's see if the garage door is open. We have got to get out of this situation. He had like a huge penis with a squirt thing that was going in his eye,
God.
which was actually
mean.
against, yeah.
That's right.
But
mean.
we did tag that at the old
The old
Yeah.
casa.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, so what year is this? I still don't know.
2004, I'm going to say.
2005.
2005. Something
No,
like
it
that.
had to have been.
Yeah, because we met in 2000, and it would have been
Did I
after
have kids then? Did I
2003.
have little girls?
Yeah,
Were the
you
little
had
girls
little
born?
girls.
They were
Oh.
little.
So
Oh.
It had to
okay,
have been
so
after 2007.
Seven.
So like
Eight.
2008.
It would be
Right.
right
You
about.
and
Yeah, it was nuts. You guys used to come up to Shorty's when we were doing comedy.
Yes.
You guys remember that?
Yes.
You guys would
Oh,
come
yeah.
check out the open
Yes.
mic night. Yeah, that's how we started hanging out and
Do you
drinking.
remember
more.
the time we sang karaoke?
Yeah, it's Highlands in the Streamer. Was that what it was?
No.
It was on my
God,
Facebook
I'm
for a
gonna
while.
remember.
I went looking
Yeah.
for it, and I got the full-on mullet. Remember, that's when they started going the
you
mullet.
did.
Yeah.
You did.
What did we
I was
sing?
working as a waitress in a cocktail bar.
Oh, the
That's what-
dirty
Summer Lovin'.
Summer Lovin', the dirty
Yes,
version, though,
that's
right?
what it was.
That's
Yep,
right.
yep.
That's right.
Oh, my
Me and
God.
Dickie Bill Wagner did Islands in the Stream. It was
Yes,
super weird, but
yes.
a little drunk. So yeah, but we're gonna wrap this up here pretty quick.
Okay.
But the two stories I'll tell you about you. The one is real short. I'm working, I think, at Pepsi at the time, and I'm working at Walmart, and I get this phone call from Dencia. It's like 7:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. She's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm working. What are you doing?" Me and Chloe are laying in bed. I was like, "Fantastic." She's like, "Bring me some fucking breakfast." It's how you said it. I go, "Excuse me?" Yeah. She goes, "Bring us some fucking breakfast, some McDonald's." I go, "I'm at work, Dencia." She goes, "Bring me some breakfast."
I know you have a break. Don't lie to me.
I know, and I go, "Listen, that's it." Click. I'm like, "Motherfucker!" So
No,
I
I
get the
haven't heard
breakfast.
this.
So I go get the breakfast, and I'm like,
Maybe
well,
I do remember.
I'm like, they think I'm their bitch, and I am their bitch because I'm going to get the breakfast. Right?
Yes, you did.
So the door opened, and they're just in bed hanging out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Watching TV. We were like watching something, but and we took a picture, and it actually comes up in my Facebook
Yeah,
memories.
yeah, and you were like, "Okay, well, we got a breakfast, so
Okay, bye.
Bye.
work." I was like, fuck both of you. So
Larry, I know you're out and about. Don't lie to me. I know this.
We got a low power mode here, so we got to tell
Okay.
the story. It's just proof of my story. So,
Okay.
She's been doing the podcast for a while. You've been our co-host, probably, I don't know, probably 20-something times, 30-something times. You've been on quite a bit.
Something, yeah, quite a
Al.
while.
We're doing a podcast. Oh, God, it was this last year. You know where I'm going with this, don't you?
I'm afraid. I'm really afraid I do.
So there's a funny part of the story.
I know.
So we start talking shit. We're doing Ty Davies, the head coach of Fort Morgan, coach football. She has Davies bring his championship ring. Just say, oh, look what Fort Morgan does. Look how good we are. Oh, did Brush win? No, they didn't win. So I tell her, we're going to kick your ass this year, Dencia. And she says, well, here's what she said.
Opposing shirts.
Always a good game.
And the loser has to wear the other shirt and take pictures.
Okay.
I'll buy you all the Beat Digger gear you can handle,
I will
sister.
buy you all the Fort Morgan Mustang gear. And even one of these shirts, you have to wear it
Well,
to all the Beat Digger games.
no offense, but when Brush kicks their ass.
Okay, Larry. Okay. Who's going to pee on who?
I don't know. I hope they. Oh, yeah. Well, we're going.
To be continued.
To be continued.
Okay.
So
Stop.
here's the hardest part. So
Stop.
I think what happened is she thinks I forgot about the fucking bet.
No, you sent me a fucking voicemail, text, whatever it was, and I was like, this motherfucker, he is bringing, like, it's a bad time for me to talk about the Mustangs lose, Larry. But you're like, no, do you want some? I'm going to rub it right in.
Here's why I like Dencia. Here's the things we have in common.
Yeah.
First of all, neither one of us likes silence at all.
I've noticed.
No.
Right. That's why when people are like, well, I don't know if I had great stories to be on the podcast, and I don't know if I can make it last. I said, I'll invite Dencia, and if you don't talk, her and I will talk for an hour and a fucking half. I've got 3 main co-hosts. There's Adam, and then 2 attention whores. Okay, that's where we're at. So, anyway, happy birthday, Dencia. Why don't you just open up for me real
What'd
quick?
you get?
So
Just open up
bad.
real quick.
I hate you so bad. No.
I went shopping today, Carrie. That's what I did.
No,
I went
you
shopping
did
today.
not.
Yeah, I did. So,
You even bought tissue paper like
yeah.
Oh my.
What is it, Dencia? What is it?
There's so much in it too.
I put the whole pack in there. What am I going to do? Oh, so we're going to have a little photo shoot after this, right? Beat Digger Pride, because you're a fucker. You should have you better get some Beat
This is
Diggers.
terrible. Do you know how many people I'm betraying by this?
I don't care. So,
I bet's a bet.
that hat's going to be wonderful.
Do you know if it would have been the other way around, I wouldn't have made you do it?
Yes, you would have. Bullshit.
No.
Bullshit.
No.
You rubbed that in my face so hard about Fort Morgan. She was an asshole about it, like, to where I really got upset about it,
Oh
Really?
my God.
But here's the thing: that hat's gonna be all crooked on her head. She's gonna look like a Make-A-Wish kid when we take the picture. That's gonna be the best part of it, though. But I got a double X large, so you can put it on. Because I said I was gonna call you and say what size T-shirt does she wear? But then I thought, no, I'll get double X. That way she can put it on no matter where.
Yeah. You can.
Oh, okay. So anyway, so she can. Are you okay? So they're dressing her right now. We're taking a picture, and it's gonna go. Yeah. Fuck you. Yes. So.
Oh God.
Dryer sheet in with this?
I just bought it from the store now, so I don't know if they did or not. So I think they will wash it.
There's a lot of effort put into this. You have to put your arms up.
I hate this so much. I am betraying all of my years of being a Mustang.
Yeah, but you're gonna take a picture
I
of me
really
too.
wouldn't have made you do
You
this.
bullshit. Well, then you're a fool.
I wouldn't have made you do this. Oh God. Oh
God,
God.
that's beautiful. Oh,
This
yeah.
is terrible.
Keep it sideways.
This is
Oh my
terrible.
God. Look right here, Nancy.
This
Look right
is
here.
terrible.
Look right here. Go Beat Diggers. You do. You look like a Make-A-Wish kid. Something awful. Jesus. And the next touchdown the Beat Diggers will score will go for to get Tensia the help she needs.
If I get it, I just want to go to Disneyland. Really, I just want to. I want a trip to Disneyland. That is all I want.
We're still gonna take this picture later. So
Oh, this is sad.
anyway, man, that's I gotta tell you, I've been stressing about this podcast for a while, making sure it went well. Carrie had a great idea, and I'm glad you came up.
Can
I'm
I
glad
just
you
say
came to
I'm
this.
so honored that you chose my birthday, all of this.
He
to
chose
do.
your birthday. I didn't know what to
but
do.
Why would you go with I'm honored that you picked this to go with for your 100th. That means a lot, friend.
Well, you know what? I appreciate you guys, your friendship. You guys have been awesome. You know what I mean? I've always enjoyed when I come over and hang out with you guys.
Yeah,
you know, you're like family anymore. You know, you really are. For my
Likewise,
40th birthday,
man.
you guys were there. You know what I mean? And so,
Oh, yeah.
and it's something that's fun. Like we don't hang out a lot, and that's cool. You know what I mean? But it's a friendship that I do value.
Thank you. Yeah, she's fixing me.
My name is Bob, and I like to draw.
Give her some crayons.
Yeah, come
She'll
on.
start marking on my head again.
So she can eat them.
You have
Look at her.
3 cameras. So it's cut one
But also, like, cheers to your 100th episode.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Can I just say that?
That
Like,
is awesome.
It's not about me. It's about you and creating this because you've aired a lot of awesome stories for a lot of awesome people, and you and I have talked about this. And I'm the same way. I love hearing people's stories and like hearing their things that have happened to them. And we're the same way. I do like the serious ones too.
I do too.
Because people have
A story to
share.
tell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
everybody's got a good story.
It's a crazy thing, and it's the hard part is talking people into it at times. You know, because they'll say, I don't have great stories, I don't have this. And it's always the ones that I'm like, just give it a try. Just come on. And I'll make the offer to anybody. When you come on, if you at the end, if you don't enjoy it, if you think it was shitty, we'll erase it. We'll hit the delete button. But no one has ever taken me up on that. They've always loved it. They've always said, I'll say, do you want to come back? And they'll say, yep, come back. Matt Gordon, I'm going to put it out on the TikTok. I pulled out an excerpt of the best of, because he has this little speech he gives, and I loved what he said, is that he couldn't be more interested in local people, the stories you get to hear, especially the people you've known forever.
Right.
All right.
I mean, I've had people I've known for a long time come on the and tell me stories I had no clue that happened to you or that did that to you. So the 100th episode, I mean, there for a while, I didn't think we were going to make it. You know, I thought I was running out of people to do. And now not.
And then COVID, everybody got
killed
sick.
it for a while.
Yeah,
yep.
exactly.
But now not a day goes by that someone does not bring up this podcast to me.
Really?
Right. I'll tell the story. I told you to earlier.
Share your story.
Troy Rivera was on the podcast right after you, 20-something. He sends me this message, and he said he's a assistant principal at a middle school in Greeley. And he said that he had this new kid from Arizona, an 8th grader, come in, and he walks up to Troy, and he says, hey, can I ask you a question? Troy goes, yeah. And he goes, have you ever been on the Bullhucker podcast? And Troy goes, well, yeah, I have. This kid's from Arizona, an 8th grader.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Transferred
It blew
to
my
Greeley.
mind when he told me the story. And Troy goes, yeah, my buddy, yeah, I was back in back in the day. He goes, that's where I know you from. That is where I know you from. Yeah, and he goes, we listened to it back in my school. When I left the old school, we listened to it back there.
That is cool.
And I thought that is so insane. That, yeah, go ahead. Oh.
Yeah, I experienced. I was at Walmart the other day, and I don't remember the whole story, but like I was just standing in line at Walmart. Some guy walks up to me, and he's like, "Hey, is that true?" And I don't remember what story it was I had told. And I'm like, "Is what?" And he says his whole story, and I'm trying to figure out where the hell do I know this guy from?
Right.
He's like a checker at Walmart. Yeah, right. And then he's like, I was like, yeah, that was really true. I wish I remember the story. And then it ended up, he's like, oh, well, I saw you on the Bullhucker podcast. I'm like, oh.
Do I know you? You been to prison, fucker? Do we know each other?
Yeah, so anyway, yeah, it was kind of cool to see that, the most random place get picked out for being on here. I'm glad it was a true story, not the...
That's cool.
Yeah.
That
So,
makes me feel good.
out of 100 episodes, Larry, you've heard funny ones, you've heard straight shooters, maybe some scary ones or whatever.
Right.
Stands out the most, which is, I know you've done the best of, but
He knows what I'm going to go with. I love the goat story. It's one of top 5, your goat story. I just put it on TikTok, and it's so far got the most views of any one of my TikToks.
no.
I called Carrie the other day and I said, I don't have a goat chewing on Dencia's toe. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to say. I don't have a story like that. Like, I have some shit like she slipped and fell. She said something stupid.
Right.
I do not have a goat. Maybe or maybe not.
You might actually. You just don't. You don't remember. There's times.
It'll come to you one day. You'll have a flashback, and one day you'll think of one.
I mean, I've got 100 episodes of trying to match stories with people, and I've done it a lot. And it's been people tell me stories, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've had a lot of drunken times in my life, and I'm like, God, I've actually done that, or I've known an asshole who has done it, and we've been friends, But if to answer your question, Carrie, that goat story, Kelly Pelton's Angels Among Us story was the first, actually, I can remember, real serious story told. Jessica Fila's when she's handcuffed to the hooker, fighting other hookers. That's a great story because nobody matches that story. You know what I mean? I'm missing so many. That's such a hard 100 episodes, but I do appreciate everybody that's came on to do this. And it's cool when people are saying, "My friend can do this. I want to do this," and I'm like, just get a hold of me or somebody, Dency or Adam or whomever, and we'll get you on. You know what I mean? And I like the fact that we're doing this in businesses now. The Sands Theater, thank you again for letting us have it out here. The first 48 were here, but then we ventured off into other businesses. Your business, we did it, and that's the clip from the You were there, and then it was also Ty Davies there. And it's been something that we do to promote local business.
Yeah.
You know, because if you don't support it, it goes away.
Yeah.
Right? But people can we advertise on your podcast? You can come tell me stories on the podcast and talk about your business. How about that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, so we have one coming up, going to be at the Block. They're doing a holistic fair, like holistic medicine or whatever.
Okay.
And the two ladies that put it on are going to come on the podcast and tell me stories and talk about their fair. That's what we're going to do.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not going to advertise shit, but you can come tell me stories when you talk about your business.
Perfect.
You know? So, but I do appreciate everybody, and this has been fun. It's been such a great hobby for me to have. And I've really enjoyed it, and I appreciate the friends that have put up with my bullshit, because I know I get pushy at times. I know I do, you know, but you almost have to at times,
Yes.
you know, and I want this done a certain way sometimes, and it's just what I like, you know what I mean? I like to try and make it better all the time. So hopefully it gets better. 2023 is looking up. You know, I got a lot of people lined up. We're going to go back. We're going to go to Sterling. Ben Bleca is actually going to be one of the first ones out of Sterling to come.
Oh, I know that guy.
Yeah. So
I think by some sort of happenstance I'm related. But I did want to tell you, I think that what you're doing is building more of a community. I think that
Thank you.
when we see somebody, and same as Michael, I was out and about and somebody said, hey, when was the last time you were taken out by a midget? And I was like, what? Well, that sounds like some carnival shit.
yeah.
Carrie and Michael, I'm not into that. And they're like, yeah, well, your date. And I was like,
Okay.
fucking Larry. Your damn podcast. I think that this is building community. I think that it is cool that people that you know who they are or of them,
Right.
to have some sort of connection with them. And I
Right.
think that what you're doing is great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I think it's really helping us like feel like we are
Right.
some sort of connection.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it is, like I said, it's fun to hear stories about your friends. You know what I mean? And people you see every day. Because you can listen to any podcast of famous people and hear their stories. You know their stories. You know what I mean? But it's the people you don't like.
Yeah.
My own mom was on the podcast, and I'd have got that one wrong.
I love that. I would have too.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have too.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
It's different when you find out that Dempsey was actually phoning a friend to find the best murder weapon.
Right.
And
Right.
you're like, Dempsey, the counselor of the
Damn
high
it.
school?
Why is she? That's weird.
That's weird.
I think
I
Nancy
think that
was
she
the
talked to my
counselor.
son.
Now she works in Brush, or she's a supporter, but I don't think she has.
Oh, yeah.
I need to find a new job.
Dempsey, is it ugly sweater day and I missed it?
Ouch.
Here it goes.
Ouch.
We're making a bet after this, you and I. But before we go, I do want to say, hey, if you like what you've seen, hit that subscribe button, because it's a.
Oh my God! A little click for you and a big click for us.
I don't know if you heard the story, but when we did the best of episode, Adam wanted to beat you to that so bad, and I completely forgot to
We
do
didn't
it.
do it at all.
And Adam was waiting. He was going to jump on it and just drive you into the mud. He was so sad he didn't get it. But please subscribe. Stick around. Let's watch the episode, the video with the owner, Patrick Heisler. We're going to the Sand Cedar. Please support Bon Ayala from Village Liquor.
Yes,
he
amen to
supported
that.
all the drinks
That's
today,
awesome.
so we could have a good time. He's such a good person. He's so
nice.
Yeah, and he's actually next week's episode. So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, he was. We did him out at the Hatchet House, and I will tell you this, Dencia. Once again, thank your husband for coming up with the idea, and thank you, Carrie, for giving me something to do on the 100th episode. But it's who said that? It's not much money you have in the world. It's the people who you influence and the people whose lives you change. And you've obviously changed a lot of lives, because these people jumped at the chance to come tell stories about you. So,
But ditto to you. Look at all the people you have coming in to talk to you. You're doing a great thing.
Thank
I'm
you.
proud of you.
thank you.
But that's the last time I'm going to say
we
that, because
kissed
we
each
like
other's
to talk.
ass.
I know. I'm super over it.
Yeah,
How
I'm
about
super
you?
over it too. We're taking a
Okay.
picture of that fucking film.
Hey, congratulations to both of you guys. Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
100th anniversary.
Thanks, guys, for coming. So-
Thanks.
Hold on.
Hold on.
I think take your stupid headphones. We have to sing our happy birthday.
Already?
Before you can edit it before or after.
All right.
Okay.
Ready?
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dencia. Happy birthday to you.
Yay! Thank you. I
Guys.
love you guys.
I'm Moose Lundstrom.
Carrie Kudrin.
Dan Nancy Kudrin.
Catch you next time. Peace.
Oh my God, that was.
Hey guys, thanks for sticking around to the end. Thank you for checking out the 100th episode. It was awesome to film it here at the Sand Cedar. The first 48 or so episodes were actually filmed here. This was our first. This is where it all started, the Bullhucker podcast. I'm joined today by Patrick Heisler, the new owner of the Sand Cedar. Yep.
So between me and Mickey, we now own the theater outright.
His wife Mickey, who is actually the boss
Yes.
and the owner.
Yep.
Patrick's her humble servant. That's how that works.
I just fix things.
He just fixes things. That's all he does. But he was cool enough to let us come back in and do the 100th episode here. It was super awesome. The reason we're doing this right now is I want you to see the Sand Cedar. It's open again. So the big thing I always preach on this podcast is if you don't support local small town business, it goes away.
It does. And Clayton is finally coming back. So.
It is. It is. They're doing a great job down here. And the Sand Cedar, you've done a ton of improvements to this place right here. Patrick, what are some of the things you've done here at the Sand Cedar?
Within the last 6 months, we have finished off the electrical, plumbing, new bathrooms. There's actually heat in the place now.
Yeah. There's heat, and it'll be cool in the summer as well too.
So
crazy.
HVAC has been finished off. The next big upcoming changes that we're going to be doing, the projector has been replaced. The server's been replaced, and the next big jump we're making is actually a conversion over to a laser projector instead of a bulb projector. It'll save us some money in the long run because it's not a 2,000 watt bulb.
Right.
But it'll be a lot better picture and a whole new audio system. So looking forward to everyone coming out.
A few things. You were saying that all theaters are going to have to convert to this eventually.
It's from what Disney was telling me to get a movie after 2023, you're going to have to be laser.
Okay. So you're being proactive.
Getting on top of it.
Yeah.
So.
That's awesome. Getting here now. It's supposed to be a much better picture, right?
It's going to be, apparently the contrast is better, the picture's better.
They've got the HVAC in place, so it'll be heated. It'll be cool in the summer. It's actually very comfortable in here right now. What do the prices look like to come in here?
For adults, it's $8. Kids under 12, $5. Working on some type of pricing plans through some of the other local businesses down here. So if you do shop local, you can also save more.
That's awesome, man. It's very cool. And all I saw online was, when's the Sands come back? Well, it's back. So please make sure you come out and support this theater. And if you're from Brush, like myself, a Brush kid, this is the theater you grew up in. I've seen so many of the most classic movies of all time in this theater. The movies you and I talk about, I saw in this theater, man.
That's
so
awesome.
Please make sure you check this out. Come support these guys. You know, they got a lot of great restaurants around here, so you can go get some sushi, some Mexican, whole plates right over here. You can come. It's awesome down here in downtown Brush, man. Check it out. And then come check out a movie. Support a local, because it's taken a lot of money to get this back up and running, right?
It has. But through my wife's support and yelling at me,
The boss.
it's gotten done.
The boss. It's taking a lot of money to get this back up and running, so please help them, support them. Make sure you get down here. Make sure we get this theater, keep it running, because it's cool to have down here. You know, I live 2 blocks away, 3 blocks away. You know what I mean? So it's cool to have that so close. And I know the Ant-Man's coming up. You'll see me here for that. So the Brush Emporium will be opening here. I think they said in 3 months. That's what they're doing, all kinds of great stuff across the street. You've seen a lot of podcasts already filmed there. We're gonna be doing a lot there, and hopefully some more here. But across the street, they're gonna have ice cream, they're gonna have pizza, they're gonna have shopping, they're gonna have all kinds of cool stuff. The Emporium, man. So downtown Brush is starting to pick back up. So please make sure you wander down here, check out all the stuff, even the stuff downtown, like the Obsessions down there. Mm-hmm. What a cool little Spencer store. There's an art gallery next to it. Make sure you're checking the stuff out. You know what I mean? Because if you don't support it, it goes away, right?
Absolutely.
And so do your options about buying stuff or options about seeing stuff. So please make sure you support it, man.
And we are open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Come out and check us out.
Matinees on Saturday and Sunday, we found out.
Yes, 3 o'clock.
There's big debate apparently going on. There is matinees. So, guys, thank you so much, Patrick. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
See you later.